Soon to be the UK's tallest roller coaster, Hyperia will dominate Thorpe Park's skyline, ushering in a new era for the theme park. But before this towering ride, another iconic attraction, Loggers Leap, stood on the same spot, setting records and thrilling millions of visitors. Join us and dive into the story of Loggers Leap, once the UK's tallest log flume.
Where can we take Dad for his birthday?
I know.
Thorpe Park, just off junction 11 or 13 on the M25.
Did you enjoy that, Dad?
Great.
It's your birthday next week, Dad.
You'll have to come back next week then.
Ring 01 200 0200 for opening details.
The area where Thorpe Park stands today was originally a series of gravel pits owned by Ready Mix Concrete. When excavations were exhausted, the pits were flooded with the aim of creating a water sports and leisure destination, utilising the resulting lakes. Thorpe Park opened in 1979 and originally featured a more educational offering, with heritage attractions being showcased. Subsequent years saw the park develop into a theme park, with new additions installed every year, and Space Station Zero, the first roller coaster, opening in 1984. 1987 saw Thorpe Park premiere standout attraction Thunder River, an extensive custom river rapids ride. Following the opening of Thunder River, Thorpe Park had been teasing a big new investment for its 10th anniversary. 1989 would mark a decade since the opening, and the park wanted to continue to invest to bring in visitors. Management wanted to go big by not only installing a new attraction, but creating a whole new land surrounding it. An area of Thorpe Park in the southeast corner was identified, and this location would help draw guests deeper into the park, spreading out crowds. As part of the expansion, a partnership with the Canadian Tourist Board was agreed, set to bring in an additional £4.5 million to help with the budget for the new land and attractions. The partnership also provided an engaging Canadian theme for the upcoming project. The standout attraction for the new area would be a log flume. While nothing new in the industry, log flumes have become a staple of theme parks across the world. Offering a thrilling ride and high capacity, these attractions are universally successful crowd-pleasing additions. The first modern log flume opened at Six Flags Over Texas in 1963. El Asadero was so popular, a second flume was added to boost capacity, with the ride still operating to this day. Fitting with the Canadian theme perfectly, the new attraction would see guests sitting in log-shaped boats for a fun journey through the Rocky Mountains. Being an almost universal attraction, Thorpe's main competitors already had similar installations. Alton Towers in Staffordshire had opened the Wildwater Flume in 1981, while nearby Chessington World of Adventures had premiered Dragon River in 1987. Dragon River was heavily themed, with riders boarding miniature Chinese junks to sail past extensive Oriental theming. Thorpe Park needed something to differentiate itself from other UK rides, and called upon German manufacturer Mack Rides to collaborate on the attraction. Mack would find a way to go bigger and better than what had come before. The final drop of the ride would be the highest in the UK at 55 feet, and feature a unique double down. Logs would dive downwards before straightening out for a brief moment, then dropping again for a climactic splashdown. To add to the new area, the log flume would be joined by a classic train ride. This would serve a dual purpose, offering a tranquil family attraction while also providing transportation to the remote Thorpe Farm area of the park. The route would pass along the edge of the lake, providing views of some of the animals, the park itself, and on the return leg, a loop around the new log flume attraction. Planning permission was requested in December of 1987, and the name of the new area was revealed to be Canada Creek. Construction would begin midway through the following year. Along with the planting of 4,500 trees, 1 million tonnes of rubble was brought in to create a mountainous Canadian feel. Opening day for the new ride was set for Wednesday the 22nd of March 1989, with a large launch event planned. Construction would continue right up until opening, with teams working through the night to install finishing touches, and a similar ride at Europa Park being used for advertising footage. The name of the new attraction was decided as Loggers Leap, to fit with the Canadian logging theme. The surrounding area would add to the authentic feel, with rustic log buildings, plenty of Canadian flags, and the Fort Ontario Adventure Playground to round out the land. Opening day arrived, and the rain and heavy winds did not stop proceedings. Local schools, Canadian Tourist Board VIPs, and television presenters were present for the first official rides. Reaction was extremely positive, and the biggest investment in the park so far looks set to be a runaway success.
When you meet the Thorpe Park Rangers, it's a fortnight's all-in-one. Up the M25 at junction 11 or 13.
The station for Loggers Leap was themed to a rustic Canadian sawmill. Once inside, visitors would find a row of log-themed boats slowly moving through the station. Climbing aboard one of the 22 logs, 5 riders could sit in line ready to embark on their river adventure. Upon leaving the station, boats would wind through the area and enter a cave section. Inside they would climb upwards, ready for the ride's first surprise, an indoor drop. After emerging back into the woods, the logs would approach the final drop. Climbing skywards up the conveyor, a view over the park emerged, and after cresting the peak, the boats would race down the signature double drop, resulting in a memorable splashdown, covering riders in lake water. The climactic double down was not only exhilarating for riders, but onlookers also enjoyed watching their friends and families take the plunge. The new additions had the desired effect on attendance numbers, with 1989 seeing a 22% increase on the previous year. In total, 1.3 million visitors came through the gates of the park, enticed by Loggers Leap and the wider Canada Creek expansion. At the time of opening, Loggers Leap was the tallest attraction at Thorpe Park, towering over everything else and becoming strongly associated with its identity. Over the coming years, new additions never quite matched the success of Loggers Leap, and it featured prominently in park promotions. The ride even hosted royalty, when in 1993 Princess Diana took a ride with Princes William and Harry, the trio thoroughly enjoying their soaking splashdown. At the end of the 1990s, Tussauds took over the ownership of Thorpe Park, and the new millennium ushered in a new direction for the park. Roller coasters would be king, and thrill seekers would be the new audience. Back-to-back coaster years in 2002 and 2003 saw the addition of Colossus, the world's first 10-inversion roller coaster, and Nemesis Inferno, a B&M inverted model. Loggers Leap, while still popular, offered more gentle thrills than its new neighbours, and the addition of Stealth in 2006 saw the log ride dwarfed by a 205-foot top hat. By 2015, Loggers Leap was starting to show its age. The first drop had had its roof removed due to structural concerns, and many of the boats had begun to leak. After 27 years, the ride was closed at the end of that season. Thorpe Park initially said they were hoping for it to make a splashback soon, hinting at a ride refurbishment. But in February 2019, the park announced that the ride would not return. The likely decision was due to a long list of maintenance issues plaguing the attraction, combined with the use of lake water and the lack of restraints. The Canada Creek Railway had already closed a few seasons earlier, and the agreement with the Canadian Tourist Board long since ended. Without its signature ride, the area became known simply as Old Town, with Loggers Leap sitting unused behind the now mature trees. In late 2021, Thorpe Park announced a public consultation on a proposed new roller coaster that will be located in the Old Town area, and plans shown revealed a ride located on the Loggers Leap and Canada Creek Railway plot. Named Project Exodus, the proposed height of the new attraction would be 236 feet, making it the tallest roller coaster in the UK, taking the record from Blackpool Pleasure Beach's Big One. Planning permission was sought and subsequently granted in 2022, with construction beginning early in 2023. After starting with surrounding buildings and the railway station, the iconic double drop that had thrilled millions of riders was eventually removed, ending its stay of 34 years at the park. In October 2023, the final name of the new roller coaster was revealed as Hyperia, with its gold and white structure already being installed at the park, ready to open in 2024. For 27 years, Loggers Leap provided thrilling moments and unforgettable memories for visitors to Thorpe Park. As the UK's tallest log flume, in its heyday it set a tradition of record-breaking thrills. Its legacy continues with the construction of Hyperia, which is set to become the UK's tallest roller coaster, carrying forward the tradition started by this iconic ride.